All right, friends, let's go ahead and review how we can represent whole numbers as fractions. And before we get started with that, I just want to review the definition of a numerator and a denominator. So a numerator we can see it right here. Numerator are the parts we are thinking about. Okay, those are the parts in our head. And a denominator are the number of parts that make up one whole. That's the denominator. Denominator. Okay? Wonderful. So, in thinking of a whole, or two wholes, or three wholes, it's really, really important that we keep the numerator and denominator in mind. So let's take, for example, three wholes. Okay, so right here I've represented for you with squares, three wholes. And let's say that we are thinking about all three wholes. 1, 2, 3. So our numerator, the parts we are thinking about, is 3. We're thinking about 3 parts. Okay? And now I want us to think about the denominator. How many parts make up one whole? Remember, this is one whole. How many parts are there? Just one. It's not split into anything, it's just one part. So we can say the denominator is 1. So now we know that 3 wholes is equivalent to 3 over 1. Now, Ms. Pickett may or may not have gone over this, but this is actually a very important rule in fractions and in math. Any whole number, I'm going to use a different color, green, okay? Any whole number can be expressed as a fraction by putting it over 1. Here, just before you saw 3 wholes is 3 over 1. We took the 3 and we put it over 1. So let's see if this is true in all cases. Okay, so take example number 1, for example. Number 1, I have 5 wholes. 5 wholes. Okay. So if I had 5 wholes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was talking about all 5 parts, shade, 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 shade. My numerator, the parts I'm talking about, is 5. And how many parts is in one whole? Just 1. 5 over 1. There it is again. Go ahead and take a look and do number 2 and 3. So what fraction, 3 wholes is equivalent to what fraction? So 3 wholes is equivalent to what fraction? Pause the video and do that. And 6 wholes is equivalent to what fraction? Okay. All right, let's see if you were right. 3 wholes. 3 wholes, you put that number, any whole number, over 1. 3 wholes is 3 over 1. Okay, 6 wholes. 6 wholes, we can say that whole number over 1, 6 over 1. Okay. If you follow this rule, you can't go wrong. Right? So let's take a look at our next slide. We can also express fractions as whole numbers. So you're given this fraction, 2 over 1. Okay, 2 over 1. So let's draw that out. Okay, I know that in one whole, it's split into one part. It's split into nothing. But I'm not just saying that there's only 1 over 1. I need a second one. I'm talking about another part, 2 over 1. So in all, I have 2 wholes. There that is again. 2 over 1 equals 2 wholes. So it's just the inverse of what we've just done. So I want us to take a look at a few examples, okay? Once again, here's that rule. Any whole number can be expressed as a fraction by putting it over 1. So 5 over 1 is simply 5. 5 wholes. What about number 2 and 3? For those of you who can't see this, let me take down that. All right, back to number 2 and 3. For those of you who cannot see this, number 2 is 3 over 1, so express 3 over 1 as a whole number. And for number 3, express 6 over 1 as a whole number. Go ahead and get started. All right, we're back, and we're ready to review. Let's take a look. Okay, 3 over 1 as a whole number. That whole number over 1, 3 wholes. 3 wholes. Okay? And we have 6 over 1, 6 over 1, that whole number over 1, 6 wholes. We have 6 wholes. Okay. Nice job.